Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Rocky Mountain Raptor program, Owloween. It's actually Halloween. Happy Halloween!
Yay!
I love your hat.
Thank you.
You just got that, didn't you?
I did. I've been seeing ads for them all over the internet, and it was one of those things where you don't know if it's gonna be what you order, but I love it.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
I love it. It's fun. So, we're excited. It's been a wonderful month getting to see unique and interesting artwork from all across the United States and actually from across the world. So, we've really enjoyed getting to share all the creative things that you all have sent to us. And of course, we have one more week's worth to put out and share with all of you. We got a couple of great submissions. And Bonnie, remind me, what was this week's prompt?
It was Peregrine's Pumpkins.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Let's start with jumping over to Instagram and see what we have going on here. Let's take a look. Looks like this one. Bonnie, you're closer to the computer than I am. What does it say?
This is from our friend Ishtis all the way over in France. I've been loving all of their just absolutely colorful artwork that's been submitted every week. They're
It's
so
been
much fun. It says Peregrine's Pumpkins. October's end also means the last week of the Owltober challenge. My three little friends.
Are there close-ups? Oh,
Yeah.
there are. Look. Okay, I see.
They want to thank the Rocky Mountain Raptor program for the wonderful event, including all of the support.
Look at that. That's fantastic.
It's so cute. I love the blue in the hat.
The coat. I think the coat, like, it's Halloween moving towards Thanksgiving with the hat. Although I know it's just you don't celebrate Thanksgiving in France, but, you know, that's what it speaks to us here in America.
Kind of looks like it.
Kind of does. The little cheeks. The little pinkness in the cheeks. I love that. That's fun. Let's see the other close-ups.
I love the little, they're like, just little fantastical creatures. They're like pumpkin creatures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the one in the bottom has a little face too.
I see them. Yeah, I see the faces now. Okay.
It's so creative.
I love the detail. These have been a lot of fun. All right. Well, it's just thanks so much for joining us, for helping to spread the message about our organization and the work that we do. It was a delight to have your artwork as part of our month as well. So I'm really glad you got a chance to enjoy it. And then, yeah, thanks for sharing our website. That support really means a lot to us. Thank you. It looks like that was the only submission we got on Instagram this week. There's some of our past ones. I looked back over them today. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to go back and see them.
I think I'm going to go through and add all of these to our stories on Instagram just for the end of the month and just kind of showcase everything that was submitted to us through Instagram.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds great. All right, let's jump over and see what was emailed to us. My cursor, there it is. All right, so this is from our friend Tina out in Vermont. This is a peregrine falcon. She sent a message with this beautiful photograph that said, this peregrine falcon is an ambassador, a disabled raptor like the ones that we use in our education here at the Vermont Institute of Natural Sciences. And she noted, I don't know if you can see it up close, but if you look, you might notice that the beak on this peregrine is damaged. It looks like it was injured, broken in some way. And so that beak, that upper beak, is incomplete. And that's why it's an ambassador bird.
It's amazing how something really small like that will leave a bird permanently disabled. Yeah. You would think something like that wouldn't, hinder their abilities so much, but birds, their beaks and their talons grow just like our fingernails do, so if they don't grow correctly, they don't wear down correctly either. So even if it's, not a problem for that bird to eat right now, eventually it would get overgrown and then they would start having problems and living in captivity. Luckily, then the people caring for those birds, like us here at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program or them at their raptor program, are able to stay on top of that with a technique called coping, which just means filing down
Right,
beak and
yeah.
talon so that they're always the right shape and that they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So very,
Yeah.
very important, even though it looks like such an insignificant, tiny little problem.
But it makes a
Stuff
difference.
like that can definitely blow up over time.
Yep. So, Tina, thanks for sharing. This is a great photograph you captured here of this peregrine falcon. I've been to Vin's. I was out there. I was in Vermont on vacation a number of years ago, and they were super generous and let my husband and I come in, and they gave us kind of a behind-the-scenes tour. Really awesome place. So if you ever find yourself out in the Quechee area of Vermont, check them out. They're super awesome. They do great work there. Let's see. Now this is our past peregrine ambassador. Unfortunately, we lost this gorgeous lady. It was only last year, wasn't it? Last fall.
It was almost exactly a year
Almost
ago.
a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So she came into us 99, right?
2000.
2000.
But I think she was about a year old then, so yeah.
Yeah, that was before my time, but you were here. Yes?
That was right before I joined the program as a volunteer. I started in 2003. So just a little bit afterwards.
Yep. And as you can see by this picture here, she's actually a full wing amputee. Now I say she, turns out after she had passed on, we had a necropsy done and discovered she was actually a he. We called her she for her whole life, but he was a high voltage trauma victim. So perched on a telephone wire or an electrical wire, and then spread the wings to take off, touched one wing to the other wire, completed the circuit, and had so much damage done to that wing from the current that a full wing amputation was done in order to save his life. But great bird. I miss him. He was wonderful.
Yep. He was with us for almost 20 years. About 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah, that's a great life for a peregrine. So
just
wanted to share. We don't currently have a peregrine ambassador, but I hope someday we'll be able to find another one that's suitable.
Someday.
And then we have this wonderful animation from our, look at this spider! This is from Kathy Crisco, one of our volunteers who's been sending us stuff all week. Kathy, this fun, I love little spider.
I just love that this one is animated.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, and I love the little spider too.
Yeah, I thought about carving a peregrine pumpkin, and then I strained my wrist, and so...
It's been a busy week too.
It's been a rough week. Yep. All right, what else do we have? I lost my cursor. There it is. Okay. We love him. Okay, what's Halloween without a vulture? And he's the bestest boy. He is the bestest vulture. Love him dearly. This vulture is probably older than both of us.
He was rescued in the late 1980s as an adult, which means that he was at least about 3 years old then, but could have been older. And he was found here in Fort Collins in December of that year, which is not a good time for turkey vultures to be here. They actually migrate out to warmer areas for the winter, so him being here over the winter was not a good thing. He ended up with frostbitten toes, and he'd had a fracture to one of his wings that had unfortunately healed. He was kind of scrounging around on the ground, making stuff work, and then it snowed, and he wasn't doing well anymore, so...
You can see that wing droop here in the picture. That left wing is droopy, and he can't fly, and hasn't been able to fly for quite a number of years. So he's one of our ambassadors. And while I talk a little bit more about him, speaking of ambassadors, we have a special guest ambassador to share with you. Buddy's going to go get him and bring him over for just a moment. But yeah, turkey vultures are found all across the United States. A lot of people, fewer people than I think, as I get to know more people who are into vultures. These guys can be loved or hated, but it's one of my personal favorites. Bonnie adores them. I think there isn't a staff member here at the Raptor program who doesn't utterly adore the turkey vultures. So this old man, 40 years old maybe. But vultures, of course, are a great symbol around Halloween. But if you're thinking Halloween, The raptor you're probably thinking about is an owl. And so today we wanted to bring out a live owl to help you celebrate your wonderful Halloween. He's on his way, so we'll give him just a moment. But I hope you all have had a wonderful time participating, viewing this beautiful artwork. And here comes the owl, so I'm gonna get out of the way and move the chairs.
This is one of our newest educational ambassador birds here at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program, and he is a great horned owl. Here in Colorado, this is going to be the largest type of owl that you see. So if you hear the typical hoo 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 and see a large shape, you're looking at one of these guys, and they're probably one of the most common owls that people see around here, just because they are active a little bit earlier on in the day than other owls are. They'll be found around, dusk and dawn, and not just in the middle of the night.
Yep.
He's about 2 years old, almost 2.5 years old. He was found here in Fort Collins after he fell out of his nest. He either had head trauma or West Nile virus or something, but growing up, he ended up with some weird cognitive disabilities and just really wasn't figuring out live prey training and how to be an owl, just like the other birds that he was in foster care with some adult rehab patients that we have. So unfortunately, he was deemed non-releasable and unable to survive out in the wild. But since he was such a young bird, we were able to start working with him early enough that his training has gone really well. And he actually does pretty well being around people. We're in the warehouse, and you probably can't hear, but there's a train going by our facility, so he might be a little bit nervous about that, but he's doing pretty well.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's good practice for him too. We haven't been doing a lot of public events this year, so most of the time the birds will be able to be in front of school programs and all sorts of other things.
Yeah,
and
but not this year.
Not really had much of that this year, so just coming inside and doing virtual programs helps too, and it's good training for them as well.
Do you think he wants to eat anything? He seems distracted though.
A little distracted.
Yeah.
He was telling me all about it earlier, how he needed snacks though. He's ignoring them, so.
Nope, too distracted.
Yeah, that's okay. He'll still get his
right.
snacks anyway.
Sounds great. Well, thanks, Bonnie.
Yeah.
So we had a wonderful time getting to share everything with you guys this month. We had a great artwork, great submissions. Thank you to everybody who participated. We do have some opportunities coming up to continue to support the Rocky Mountain Raptor program. One of them you'll see here is Colorado Gives Day in December. Consider making a donation to a local charity, whatever is near and dear to your heart and your soul. And this will go a long ways towards ensuring that these organizations continue to survive and thrive, as many of them, ourselves included, have lost a lot of funding due to COVID-19 and cancellation of outreach and programs and things like that. So visit our website, Rocky Mountain Raptor Program, to learn more about it and to be able to pre-schedule any gifts that you choose to donate. But thanks, everybody. It's been a pleasure having Halloween, and we look forward to doing it again next year.